Hello, I'm Richard Downs and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm showing you how I built Jamie Bates' model kit of the Tom Yardley Jones version of the police box prop. If you go to Jamie Bates' website, the link is at the end of this video. If you go to his site, you'll be able to see all the different TARDIS prop model kits he has available, which cover the TARDIS prop from 1963 to the current day. So this is the box that arrived with the model kit inside. So I'm going to do an unboxing of the model kit in all its glory. Some might be pleased to hear I don't do a lot of talking on this video because I think the videos speak for themselves. The actual model kit of the prop is easy to put together and quite self-explanatory. I must stress, although I say it's self-explanatory, for the unseasoned modelers, I would suggest you getting some help or support with it. But it is straightforward, but I do understand that I'm an experienced modeler. I'm by no means a professional or an expert, but I have done quite a few model kits in the past, so I'm quite used to putting model kits together without written instructions. All the pieces are individually or grouped together by masking tape, as you can see. As you can see, this is the full model kit unboxed. There's the front door, then the back of the TARDIS, then there's the sides of the TARDIS, and then there's the base, which has the lamp housing taped on. And then that's the sign box pieces, and then that is the roof bits to build the roof, and then there's the printouts of the signage. Now these are not stickers, they are signage that you have to actually cut out. I use a Stanley blade and you have to glue them on the actual model kit. I really like how all the sections, sides base and roof of the TARDIS are taped together. And as Jamie Bay recommends on his website, and also when you can also buy it from eBay, from his shop on eBay, he suggests that you make a note of how the pieces are taped together. So basically that's the only instructions I was following. Was I took pictures of the bits, how they were all taped together, and then I referred to the images to make sure that they were going in the order that it arrived in. So it's fairly self-explanatory. One thing I would also say is make sure the measurement of the gaps between each of the bits is equal on all four of the TARDIS sides. What I've done here, on a bit of wood, I've marked on the end of it, as you can see, the distance of the gap, and I've made sure that it's all equal. By the way, some of this is repetitive because you have to do the same process for all the four sides of the TARDIS model kit. Obviously, the front door part is different. The one thing I must stress is make sure you put the doors on before you fit the base, or before you fit all the panels together, because I didn't, and I had to go back, take the base off, and then put the doors on, and then refit the base. So my one thing would be, make sure you put the doors on when you're building the front door part of the model kit. I must apologise for my head being in some of the shots, but the way my camera was angled, I was trying to get used to the best way of videoing it, so I do apologise for my head being in the way some of the time. The undercoat spray I'm using is from Halfords, which is a car repair maintenance place for car body repair things and sprays. I use just the grey undercoat spray. I use this with all my model making. I find it quite good and it dries very quickly. I must stress, it's obvious, but health and safety, please, if you're going to use spray paints or paints that have some toxic elements within them, please spray in a well ventilated area. I'm spraying this outside in the garden. I'm slotting the sides of the model together. They fit in the base and they all slot in together quite nicely. It appears at first to be a bit tricky, but just with patience and perseverance, it does go in quite well and quite snug. Just make sure you fit and put the hinges on the TARDIS doors before you fix the sides to the base, because as I said earlier, I made the mistake of leaving the doors off and then putting all the sides, gluing all the sides on the base, and then realising I struggled trying to get the hinges on the doors. So please do not make the same mistake as I did. Put the doors on before you fix the sides on the base. Here I'm putting together the roof section. It's very self-explanatory and quite easy to put together. The roof slots in quite nicely on the model. Now I'm going round the model and fixing the corner beading. To make the sloping base on the edges, to smooth it and make it at an angle like it is on the actual prop, I'm just using ordinary wood filler that you can get from any hardware store. I'm also making the indents in the TARDIS sides. I'm also making them beveled, sloping at the bottom, because that's how the Tom Yardley Jones prop appeared in Doctor Who. I'm now putting the corner posts on the roof. Again, it is quite self-explanatory where they go. I'm now applying to the model high density modelling paste. The TARDIS prop, especially on the Tom Yardley Jones model, was not a smooth finish. It did have some texture on the prop itself, so it wasn't smooth wood like it appears to be in some of the modern version of the props. So I use high density modelling paste. The particular brand I use is PEBEO Studio Acrylics high density modelling paste. It just gives the model a bit of an smooth finish, which is as the prop actually did look like on television. Regarding the colour paint I decided to use, I just went to the local hardware store in the UK, it's B&Q, and I got some paint samples on the cards, colour samples of the types of blue I wanted my version of the model to be. Now the Tom Yardley Jones prop did vary in colour over the years from 1980 to 1989. It's just a case of looking at which type of colour TARDIS you want yours and going with that. I'm now fixing the pull to open door sign frame on the TARDIS model. It's probably a good idea to paint the window frames before you fix them on the model, as I am doing in this picture. These pictures show the hinges I used on the model and also the plastic profile quarter round quadrant corner beading around the edges of the TARDIS model. These are both what Jamie Bay recommended of me to use, so I used them. So this shows the model after I took the base off, put the doors on, and then attached the base back, and then filled all the base holes and everything to make it look like this. Now I'm starting to put together the lamp housing bits. The Frenzel lens does not come with this kit, so I looked at Mooncrest Models website as I knew Gary did Frenzel lens kits for the 1/6 scale TARDIS models. So at the end of this video I've put up a link to his website. The lamp housing top and the lamp housing base is supplied within the kit. At the top of the light housing on the TARDIS prop is a semicircular attributed feature. So that does not come with the kit, so I had to improvise. Now, I was just trying to find anything that would resemble the semicircular feature on top of the TARDIS lamp. Here is what you can get from most £1 stores. It's one of those funny little eyes that move about, but it's similar to the right shape of what you need. The model kit comes with a door handle and a Yale lock type effect to stick on the prop, which, as you can see, I've fixed to the front doors of this model. For the wooden strips that hold the lamp housing roof, I use cocktail sticks. Regarding the windows, Jamie Bate does provide some windows for the Tom Yardley Jones model kit, but it's an additional cost. I thought I'd make my own. On cereal packet cardboard, I drew around the windows, got a piece of plastic laminate sheeting, and then I also, from the Co-op, which is a shop that sells milk, it used to have some kind of pattern on it, on the plastic milk bottle. Now, it resembled to me pebble glass. Now, on the Tom Yardley Jones TARDIS prop, in the corners of each window were pebble glass. For the pebbled window effect, I used plastic milk in a bottle. It was a 4-pint milk bottle that was sold at the Co-op in the UK, but I do believe the Co-op no longer sell their milk in the same plastic bottles as they did when I found the pebble glass effect ones. Looking at the printouts of the signage and the call box sign, I knew I wanted to give it a layer of protection, so I used Plasticote sealant spray. It's always good for things like this to seal it and protect it from the elements. I spray the back of it and I also spray the front of it. Once the signage is all dry on the paper, I then apply it to the model. Here I'm doing the windowsill bevel bits. So this is the model kit nearly finished. I have painted it and done an aging look to it. I like the TARDIS to look bruised and battered as it did in the 1980s. 63 to 89, the TARDIS had that battered effect look. So I've tried to replicate how it did in the Sylvester McCoy era. If you look at the pictures, it did alter slightly its appearance, but I've tried to capture the overall look of how it did in most of his seasons. So I hope you enjoy. I'm now adding the lighting kit, which is a flashing light and a battery I bought from Small Scale Lights. I did add my own switch and fix that to the back of the model kit, but other than that I got the kit from Small Scale Lights. The lighting kit was from a website called Small Scale Lights. If you look at the end of this video, I've put up a link so you can have a look. She provides various model lights for various model kits. It's a really good place to go, and the person who deals with the orders is very accommodating. Inside the police box prop is a hole in the roof, so you can just put the LED, slot that through, and so it flashes. The switch I got separately and attached a switch to the lighting kit, and then put the switch on the outside so you can flick the switch without having to open the doors all the time. And just to confirm, I'm not on any commission. I purchased this model kit myself. I've been under no influence to provide this video or give good feedback. It's just my own general opinion. Well, that's the model kit completed. Let's have a closer look. Overall, this model kit from Jamie Bate, I feel, has been an excellent build. I've really enjoyed building it, and it's been fairly easy apart from the odd faux pas, such as putting the doors on later rather than should have done it before. But overall, it's been a fantastic kit and an enjoyable build. I would score this 8 out of 10. I scored this brilliant model kit an 8 out of 10 only because it doesn't come with a Frenzel lens and it doesn't come with the pebble glass or the window panes. Other than that, it's an excellent model kit, and I'd recommend anybody to buy it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I have give you some inspiration to either buy this kit and have a go at building it yourself, or just building model kits in general. I hope it's been a valuable video showing you a step-by-step process. I'd be really grateful if you would like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be doing more model kit builds, but it does take time, so just bear with me. Thank you.